I'm Peter Sidwell, and today's recipe is a beautiful Italian beef and olive ragu. Loads of red wine in there, herbs, garlic. It's absolutely delicious. And not only does it taste amazing, but it is great for making twice as much as you need and putting it away for a rainy day, because you can use it as a stew. You can turn it into an Italian style Bologna ragu instead of bolognese, and you can even turn it into a lasagna. Now it all starts with the beef. I want to talk to you about this because it's really important that you choose the right cut of meat for the job. Now I'm using shin of beef, but you can also use ox cheek as well. That works really, really well. Shin of beef, it's very rich, it's perfect for slow cooking. It's got its sort of gelatin in there, it's got its collagen in there, so it's got a lovely, rich flavour to it. If you use sort of just general diced stewing beef, it'll just dissolve to nothing. So try and find shin of beef or ox cheek and chop it into chunks, 2 or 3 inch chunks, not too small, not too big, and season it with olive oil, salt, pepper, and then it is ready for the pan. Now I'm using this pan here, okay? So MasterClass cast aluminium is their biggest pan they've got. It works like the big old heavy cast iron ones, but you know what? It's made out of aluminium. So it's really light, but it works just as well as the big heavy ones. So it is perfect for this job. Now, get your beef into the pan and get it sizzling and get loads of colour. Colour it on all sides and really colour it. I mean, don't just sear it all off and then that's it. Spend some time to really crisp up the outside of the beef, because the more you do that, the more flavour you'll get at the end when it's cooking in the oven, okay? So once it's got lovely golden crisp colour all the way around, carefully lift it out of the pan and pop it onto a plate and put it to one side. Now, chop all your carrots into small dice and your celery and peel your shallots. Then get them into the pan, get them cooking in all the same juices that the beef did, okay? Get them all softened, give them 5 minutes, stir them all around, little salt and pepper, just get everything going. Then back in with the beef. Put that back into the pan and we want a bottle of red wine. Now, I always have a saying, if it's not good enough to drink, it's not good enough to cook with, okay? And I know it's a whole bottle of red wine, but honestly, you will get such an amazing dish at the end of it. While that's coming up to temperature, take your dried mushrooms and cover them with boiling water from the kettle to rehydrate, and they also create this wonderful sort of savouring mushroom broth from the water. Put it all into the pan with the beef, with the wine, and that will just help bolster up the flavour. Once the red wine has come up to the boil, get your mushrooms in, add in your olives, season up with some chopped rosemary and some fresh thyme just to give it a depth of flavour. Then you want 2 beef stock cubes and a litre of water. Bring all that up to the boil. Give it 5 to 10 minutes of boiling away, getting all those flavours really going together. Get the lid on, pop it into the oven, 150 degrees for 3 hours, and that'll give it loads of time to really gently cook and render down till it's soft and buttery and delicious. Now, after an hour and a half, what I would suggest is bring it out of the oven, lift the lid off and check you haven't lost too much moisture. These pans are great because they kind of lock all the moisture in, and as it boils and evaporates, it hits the roof of the pan and then it drops back down into the sauce again. So these pans are brilliant for this job. But just check it. If you need a bit more liquid, add some more liquid, lid on, back in the oven. Once you've got it for 3 hours, then you will have the most amazing, delicious beef ragu that you could serve up as a stew with. I'd like to serve it with mashed potato with olive oil and parmesan in it and some fresh greens, but you can also turn it into a bolognese. Take a few ladles of the stew out into a frying pan, hot pan, reduce it down a little bit, add a knob of butter, and then throw in your favourite pasta cooked and stir it all up together, and you've got the most incredible, authentic Italian Bologna style ragu. Or you could do the same and turn it into a lasagna. So it's incredibly versatile, this recipe, and well worth making extra and planning your menu ahead for next week by doubling up on this recipe. Now, if you want the recipe for this dish, go to kitchencraft.co.uk and you'll find it there, along with loads of other recipes and great ideas for you to cook in your kitchen.